And we're rolling. Okay, this is a quick walk-around tour of a 1973 R75/5 that I recently finished building yesterday, actually, and I'm putting up for sale. So, I would much rather be doing this outside, but it is raining and disgusting out there, so we'll make do. Let's see, starting at the front. Headlight assembly, original key, of course. Let's see, I rebuilt the retracting spring switch, rebuilt the internals so it is functioning correctly. On headlights, high beam, low beam. This is, I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but you can see a very faint line of fading where this thing had a Vetter or Windjammer fairing or whatever on it for God knows how long, like so many of them. So this H4 halogen assembly is, I believe, from an R1100R. At any rate, it works much better than the stock one because it has the, I'm sure you won't be able to see this, there we are, it has the screw mount as opposed to the snap-on and cross your fingers tangs. Let's see here. Levers have been stripped and polished. All the cables and everything are, properly greased and lubricated and all the things you would expect. Mostly original paint, fenders, headlight, ears. I have the rear fender to match. The tank is not original paint, but I don't know how well you can see it, but it obviously was done by Holt or someone who knows how to make BMW repro paint look correct. It's either a late/5 or an early/6 tank. For the persnickety among you, has a chrome cap hinged at the back as opposed to, the alloy cap hinged at the front, but that doesn't matter much to me personally. Let's see, what else? Has the later petcocks with the filters above and below, plus paper filters for good measure. Carburetor's been rebuilt. It has the /3/4 series carbs, 32 millimeter, which are from 70-71 as opposed to the /9/10 series from 72-73, because the ones that I had from that series were not rebuilt and they were kind of cruddy. These ones worked out perfectly well. I polished most of the engine casings. When I got the bike, the previous owner had done the base gaskets, head gaskets, pushrod tube seals. Well, there's pics up, so you'll be able to see more detail in the pictures. I stripped and repainted the frame. The wheels, I completely disassembled, polished the rims and the hubs and whatnot, and reassembled, true, balanced, repacked the bearings, did the preload, all of that jazz. Shocks, disassembled, cleaned, reassembled. Basically everything on here has been disassembled and reassembled. The exception would be I did not get into the bottom end of the motor because it didn't need it, and I did not open the transmission because it is shifting perfectly well up and down through the gears, finds neutral easily. It's a little bit louder than I would like in the shifting, but that could also be chalked up to my shifting technique, which is probably not as smooth as it could be. What else? A few non-destructive custom modifications. Obviously these bars are not stock. I would love to say they're off an F650, but they're not. I got them off a Triumph. I believe the only reproduction items on this entire thing are the Hella style bar end signals. I was not about to shell out the $8 zillion for a set of real ones. All the turn signal wiring is intact. Obviously, these are working. The rear signal wiring is there. Tail light, I don't know if you can see that. Brake light hand, brake light foot, horn. So if you want to put the rear turn signals back on there, I'll actually include those with the mounts. The wiring's there, it's tested, it works fine. Seat latch and lock are working. I took the original seat and stripped it of foam and cruddy cover, customized it, cut out to mount this Yuasa AGM battery in there. This is non-shrunken shrink tubing over basically just a nut and bolt. So this is an extension. I'll include the original battery box, so if you wanted to drop the battery into the box, you won't have to rewire it. All you need to do is unbolt this, and this has both the red 14 gauge separate wire and the main line to the starter. I'll include the short ground earth cable that mounts to the transmission case as well. That's if you want to put the stock rear fender on. At any rate, that's that. That works. The steering head lock is keyed alike, or is supposed to have been keyed alike with the seat lock, and after installing it, what I found is that it will lock and engage, but I can't get it to release. So that is going to take a bit of monkeying around with, but at any rate, you can see that the key does operate it, which is a start. Other than that, I'm sure I'm forgetting something, but there will be pictures and description and everything else on the auction. Oh, cold start. Yes, this thing is dead bone cold. It hasn't run since yesterday, so this should be exciting. Actually, only cold started it once since I put these carburetors on, so I haven't really figured out how much choke it likes. It does like some. The thing starts like clockwork. I replaced the anti-start relay with a /7 starter relay with the correct bypass and joining of wires. And again, that's reversible. I'll include the anti-start relay along with it in case you really want to put that back, although I don't know why you would want to. I'm going to kick these doors open just because I don't want to suffocate myself. And touch throttle. And this is at about half choke. Because we are indoors, I don't really want to run this for very long. I think I've had enough carbon monoxide for the next year. But I've included I'll be including another video. I've got the idle worked out. Once it's hot, at around 1,000, 1,100-ish idles quite nicely. But as you can see, it cold starts with no complaint. And I guess that's it for now. If I think of anything else, I'll shoot another video.